Hey everyone, Shakarez here, and today I'm taking a look at a game from the EU Finals, breaking down both compositions and some of the in-game decision making that these teams went for. I'm trying out a new format as ADD makes it hard to do full game VOD reviews, and I do better when I have stuff written down in notes or planned ahead. Either way, if you'd like to give me suggestions on the format for the future, let me know. Let's start with the draft. Starting with bans, Origin heavily target Perks by taking away his Zed and Rise. G2 is playing red side, so mid counter pick is to be expected. The Nidalee ban is definitely suspect here. Currently, Nidalee is one of the strongest junglers, but she's usually a red side ban. If left open, teams will often pick her up. Origin was the only team that banned Nidalee on blue side during playoffs in Europe, meaning Amazing might not be that comfortable with this pick. On G2's side, Alistar is banned as he's one of the strongest support picks right now, and Azir is their last ban. It's likely that Perks didn't feel comfortable playing against Azir without Zed and or Rise. That said, Azir was banned in all 8 games Origin had played previously in playoffs, so it might just be a power pick for Power of Evil. The Lucian ban is a specific target ban against Sven. He is the main carry of Origin and played 5 games of Lucian in the semifinals against H2K. On to the picks. I don't want to dwell too much on this, so we'll take a look at the compositions instead of looking at each rotation one by one. Origin's main problem with this composition is that it has too many scaling elements. While Kindred has good ganks, she still wants to stack Devour. Ezreal Trundle is an extremely weak 2v2 bot lane, and Orianna also needs a certain threshold of items until she gets rolling, especially when you consider PoE likes to go for Rod of Ages as his first item. There simply aren't enough early game elements in this composition in order to create a sort of bridge and hold the game while the other picks power up, if that makes sense. While Echo can beat Maokai and be oppressive in a 1v1, the fact that mid and bot lane are weaker than G2's counterparts mean that Kindred can easily lose control of her own jungle, especially when facing a Graves. On G2's side, we see a stronger bot lane and a LeBlanc, who is a very strong roamer and a champion for early pickoffs and skirmishes. In teamfights, they also have Sivir with Maokai and Braum. Sivir's ult is incredible for these two champions as she can really enable them and allow them to engage with it. I'm not going to talk about all the picks Origin could have gone for, as hindsight is 2020 and it's much easier to look for options after it has happened, but picking stronger early game champions in either mid lane or the AD carry position were possibilities. So, we now know who has a stronger composition early game, and it's going to be very tough for Origin to pull this off, especially if their lanes fall behind. But let's look a bit at the game in itself and see what they could have done differently. At 7 minutes, Origin has a slight lead after a failed gank in mid lane. Kikis is seen teleporting back to top lane. From this moment onwards, Origin have TP advantage for slightly over 4 minutes, but they completely fail to use it. At 7 minutes and 10 seconds, it seems that the dive is briefly considered, as Echo stays in base for a prolonged period of time, but Amazing and Miffy had already been spotted by the Wolf Spirit, and then a ward. This would have been a perfect time to dive. Sivir and Braum are still not level 6, and Trick is not on the bottom side of the map. Origin know this as they have just warded the whole bot side of the jungle. By not committing to a dive, Origin end up gaining nothing and lose pressure on top lane as Kikis on Maokai pushes in the lane and roams down to mid lane. The way this is set up by G2 is absolutely beautiful as well. They know where Amazing was as he walked over wards, and no PoE had no summoners because of the previous gank in mid lane.
However, with the flash and the cleanse down, we could see a repeat of that play pattern where Perks just dashes in, goes for one chain, if it hits, try another one if it doesn't, or simply set up a dive here. No flash, no summoners.
Oh, but there is a shockwave. It does hit Trick, but not nearly enough damage is dealt, and a 3-man gank squad will this time get the return.
The game went on, and all that really happened was a gank on topside by Origin, where they got a kill on the Maokai.
Soaz had teleport for that entire fight. I actually am surprised they didn't go for it. Instead, he wants to dive top.
They're going for it, trying to get the tree right out of lane one way or another. Soaz is going to ult back here, and Amazing throws down the Lamb's Respite on himself as he tanks the turret, and then flashes right over so he doesn't die.
Great timing here. Just got the last shot and heal from it.
By the time they try to pressure bot lane with teleport again, Kikis had teleport up and could use it in case anything happened. Wasting a teleport advantage is huge in pro play. Origin should have looked to do what Rock's Tigers did in this game versus Jenner. Knowing that Trace had just used teleport back to top lane, Peanut immediately moves to the enemy bot side jungle, he places a ward, and Rocks immediately commit to a 4-man dive, netting them a kill and giving them control of the bot side of the map and amplifying their gold advantage. While Origin's composition did them no favors, it's still true that they could have used this teleport advantage to open up a gold lead. Their picks need to scale, but getting kills early on means they hit power spikes earlier. That's going to be all for this video. I'm trying out this format, so let me know what you think of it and if I should change anything. I really want to cover more games from the finals, but it helps to know if this kind of content is welcome. I'll see you guys in the Rift. Shakarez signing out.
Some lane farm, but again, we talked about the meta the Rocks Tigers innovated. It's picture perfect. You take control of one side of the map, you put down the deep wards, instant CC from a lane. It's not Lissandra this time, it's the Riser in Prison, but it's enough to pick up a kill.